Welcome to another video for the Hero Arts blog. This one is on a holiday photo card. You can see the image on the left is the card when it's closed, and then the flap opens up and there's some pictures tucked inside. This is great for any occasion, but especially for the holidays. These are just some trees from Hero Arts. There are two sets. There's a set of 3 large trees like that one, and then there is a set of 3 small trees like this one. And I'm just stamping them with green on green. Very simple, easy to do, and I'm not really caring about getting the trunk inked up because I'm going to cut that right off. Now I love the look of white on color, and this Ink Essentials pen from Ranger is a really good white pen. And I'm just going in and adding back the doodling so that's in the image, just kind of highlighting it, filling in these dots. Now on this one there's little swirls, and I'm just going to fill in the swirls with the white pen, and I found this white pen works great when you move real slowly. It doesn't fade out on you. It stays real nice and crisp. Now here I'm making the card itself, and I'm too lazy to measure sometimes to make sure it fits in the envelope, so I just kind of put the envelope up to it to make sure it's the right size to fit in it. And here I'm scoring a line. I use my trimmer to do my scoring in my bone folder. And I'm just scoring right into the crease on the trimmer right there. And that's going to be the bottom flap of my card. Now I want to make sure that it's not too tall for my envelope, so I'm just lining my envelope there. Again, you could measure it, but I'm just kind of winging it here. And I'm scoring. This is the top of the card now. Now I just want to make sure that that top flap tucks in just a little bit below the small flap, and now I'm just going to cut off the extra. Very easy to do, and you can see that bottom flap is over the top flap just a little bit. Now I love the look of white Memories ink on craft paper, on craft cardstock, on craft note cards, any kind of craft. That white Memories ink looks really good on it, especially with these snowflakes. It gives a real nice snowy image. Now I'm going to stamp the same white Memories ink snowflakes onto the red envelope. The white looks really neat on these colors too, kind of just gives a ghost-like look. It's subtle enough that you can just write the address right over it. I also like to stamp the flap of the envelope too so that it matches the front of the card. Now here I want to make a snow border just by tearing some white cardstock. So I'm just kind of tearing it how I like, and then I kind of scratch it with my fingernails to kind of give it a roughed up edge. Kind of curl it up a little bit just for some dimension. I rarely leave torn paper just torn. I like to rough it up a little bit like this. Now I'm going to put adhesive on my flap. This little flap will serve as the pocket for the photos later on in the card. So I just want that snow to be a little bit above that small flap so we can tuck underneath. So I'm going to cut off all this extra cardstock. Now I've cut out those trees. I'm just adhering them, and I'm actually putting the small ones on just with regular adhesive and the big ones on with pop dots for some dimension. Then I cut thin pieces of brown cardstock for the trunks. I just kind of like to add the cardstock for the trunks instead of the stamped image. It just makes it feel a little more handmade. Now this is a trick that I have for punching vintage paper. It's real flimsy and fragile, so I just adhere it onto white cardstock, completely adhere it, and then I punch it that way. It kind of gives your vintage paper a little bit, just makes it a little more sturdy, and then you can adhere it with pop dots and it won't tear or rip. So basically I just backed it with cardstock. Now here, you'll have to forgive the extra set of hands here. Somebody decided that he wanted to help. And instead of editing it out, I figured you all who are mothers would understand and enjoy it. So I'm just adding some red gemstones here. Sorry for his head getting in the way there. Now here I'm just using my Crop-A-Dile to punch a little hole in the bottom. This is a way that I put ribbon on cards to keep it from moving around, and it also will help with creating a pocket here. So I put one end through and the other end through. One end will be in the front of the card and one end will be in the back of the card, and then you'll have a loop. See that loop there? You'll have a loop around the card. It's really easy to do. I'm trying to show it to you in the video, and here it slips off a little bit. I'll put it back on here. But basically there's a loop and the two ends come out of the front and the back of the card. Just arrange your ribbon how you'd like. You can see the loop there. Now you're going to tighten it, and now you have the two ends over here, and you're going to tie a knot right above the hole on the front. Now it'll look like the ribbon was just wrapped around, but this way it'll stay put because it's through that hole. And also you formed a little pocket inside of that little panel in the front. So it's a nice little hole, a pocket to hold your photos. Now I decided that my stars kind of faded out, so I'm just rubbing a little ink on the edge there. Sorry, my son's helping me again. He likes the star punch. So I added a little yellow ink on the edge, and then I re-adhered all those stars. It just looked better that way. So now I have this little pocket. I can tuck some photos in it. These are just wallet photos. I know many photo labs, if you send your images in, they can print it at wallet size, and that's perfect for the holidays. And then I just write my message up here. You can also include a little letter that's printed off to put in there. I know some people like to do that for the holidays. There are many different things you can do with this card. Whenever I send thank you notes for my son's birthday or for the girls, I like to put little photos in it, and this would work for that too. Now here's my envelope again, and I decided that I wanted to stamp Season's Greetings on it too, just to kind of tie it all together. You can also see I added little white dots for snowflake, little snowflakes falling with the white pen on that card too. Now this is another card. This one's by Sherry Carroll. It's the design that inspired mine, and I just thought I'd show it too. For more information, you can visit the Hero Arts blog. Thanks for watching.